birthday it was.
Happy birthday to us.
3 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Fastest 3 years ever.
Really has flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So much has happened.
So much. I think in the beginning, I probably thought things would happen quicker, possibly, than things did. And it would have been handy to know that the worldwide pandemic was around the corner.
That's it. That's some of the things that I was thinking about. Like, it would have been good to know that a pandemic was around the corner. It would be good to know that you're going to change everything that you think you start with, like your logo, your branding, your first iterations of your products. Like, you can't be married to them because you're going to change everything.
Well, that's it. Like, there's so much you want to do. There's so much change you want to do, but you can't do everything and offer everything as well. So I think that was something that we've really focused on and really streamlined now, haven't we?
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking of is to, like, this idea of being able to outsource earlier. I think that maybe it was because the pandemic was happening and we just sort of wanted to teach ourselves how to do everything and roll with it quickly. But it's like, right, we've got to build a website. Let's learn how to do that.
That's it. I think back of all the things that we learned, like we've done graphic designing, we've done like social media,
all the reporting and the automation and the systems and automating too quick.
That's it. There's so much. Like, I used to say I'm not very techie, and now I can't really say that because like, we can do that. We learn.
We have a techie company.
And we learn very quick as well, actually. Which just shows when you put your mind to something and you've got this goal of what you want to achieve. And when you first start a business, you've got to be like bootstrap, and you've got to, every penny counts. So I think that was what drove us as well at the beginning, was like, right, let's focus the money on certain areas, and then where we can pull it back a little and us do it, then.
Yeah, that's it. So we picked up a lot and we've emerged with many new talents as a result of launching when we did and how we did. I think for me, one of them is that your to-do list is never done as a business owner, and you just got to get really good at boundaries and focusing on what's important and just prioritizing that, because you're never done.
No.
And that's okay. You just got to be good at sort of managing that and sort of making your peace with that.
And your brain never switches off like it would sometimes with a normal job, and you finish and you'd be laid in bed at like stupid o'clock in the morning, and then you're like, oh, right, I need to do that, or I didn't do that earlier, that needs to be done. And also I think when we first went to a few networking meetings and we were explaining to people, like, I was quite shocked that there was people. We got a few like negative things from people. Like, remember that guy who was like, oh, these girls want to change the world and stuff. And I was like, why would anyone see that as like not a positive thing, that we're trying to help well-being? And you've got to realize not everyone's going to be a cheerleader for you.
Hiring new people's got to be one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that was a really proud moment, I would say, that when we first got Hannah, our little marketing lead on. It was nice to know. It was also nice to know that I could pass some of the work on to her. I think you'll agree.
But just nice to know that, like, you can bring other people along on the journey, and finding people who are aligned to your vision and what you're trying to do is just so important, and it's just been really great to bring, like, you know, another mind on into the business and just have that like extra opinion, that extra kind of level of expertise. It's really great. And then obviously hiring more salespeople recently, and all our plans for the rest of the year. It's growing and glowing.
And I think that we're all very different, but we all it's good that we're all very different and we bring different things to the table, because if we were all completely the same, there would be so many areas we're missing. So I think that's quite good that we like our personality tests and stuff like that as well, don't we? Which we are quite similar on some things, on a lot of things. But I think we still look at things differently as well, which is really important.
Yeah, we definitely see things through like a different lens, but everybody does. But
Yeah,
I value that so much, because otherwise, yeah, you're only seeing things from your perspective, and
yeah.
that's often how you solve problems, right? Just look at it from a different perspective. And
Well, that's it. And being open to not just go, well, this is the way I'm doing it. Like, it's good to get that. We often do it, don't we? Where we've got this idea and then we'll bounce it back and forth. And then by the end of it, you either think, yeah, it's a really good idea, or no, I didn't think of it from that angle. Right. And then you go off and think, rather than just thinking, oh no, it's no good, that was a rubbish idea or whatnot. You then, you just mold it slightly. I would say winning our first big contract, with a local, telecommunications company, and that was quite soon, really, after we built everything and launched everything, and getting the feedback from the users there as well. Just it kind of,
that's what I was going to say. Like, I think some of the standout moments have been when you do get that little nugget of feedback that someone's been in a dark place and they've logged on to the Key Wellbeing Hub, they've accessed support, they've accessed information, and it's got them through. And you just, it's an online platform, and yeah, we get some data of who's, accessing what, but you just don't ever know the impact that it's really making until someone's willing to share that with you. And that's really special.
yeah, absolutely. And when we spoke to people as well, or like when we spoke to the HRs and different companies, and people have actually went to them and said, oh, thank you for giving me the space to have my voice as well, with like the employee wellbeing assessments, and just people are really appreciating that they're getting listened to, and they're part of the process of improving an organization as well. And one company, I think you'll probably remember, where they said that there was a guy who had been with them maybe about 30 years, was an older gentleman. They didn't think he would be into anything like this. And he actually went to them and said, thank you for giving me access to it all. And they couldn't believe it from him. So if that was the least likely person they thought would appreciate it, then just think of all the other people who are really getting the benefit from it as well.
Yeah. I think I've really loved as well running workshops for some of the charities and organizations that we support. So International Women's Day, we've done stuff for Power of Women, for High Tide Foundation. It's just really nice to be able to give back into and to inspire the next generation of people coming through to start businesses and to believe in themselves in this area and see what opportunities are out there for them. It's non-stop, it's really full on, and I have noticed myself over the last year working really hard and even being on the edge of maybe burning out. And sometimes I feel a little bit guilty or like a fraud, like I shouldn't be allowed to be burned out, I shouldn't be allowed to be feeling this way if I'm running a wellbeing business, and it's almost like I don't want anyone to know that, but the truth is that it is tough running a business. You do have to work really hard. There is a lot going on behind the scenes, and the truth is that you're not always in tip-top condition running your business.
Well, that's it. And everybody is going to feel that at some point as well. I think normalizing that as well. We do have the tools, thankfully, to help when we're feeling like that.
Yeah.
Obviously,
But we're not invincible.
No, I had the little surprise of little Miss Jessica, who is asleep next to me currently, who wasn't quite expecting when starting a business. So I've had a couple of months off as well, which put a little bit more added pressure on you as well. But also realizing and showing people again that you can be a business owner and you can have children, because I've put a status on a while ago, and there was quite a few women who'd completely hid their pregnancies as business owners because they didn't want people to think that they weren't a secure business, which, if anything, it's probably even more secure because you've got another mouth to feed, another child to role model to as well. So if anything, it's maybe even more determined to make Key Wellbeing a success.
Most people don't realize that we actually work with around 50 subcontractors who are all experts in their field, whether they be psychologists or coaches or trainers or fitness people of various what am I trying to say, fitness instructors. And it's not just us, and we don't know how to do everything. We want to bring in the best of the best, and we scour the market to find that. And so, yeah, there's a whole team of people behind Key Wellbeing.
Yeah, I mean, we know a lot, but we don't know everything, and that's okay as well. And like you say, if there's specialist, I mean, we've run some workshops for some organizations and they wanted to do about nutrition. So we got a really great nutritionist. Well, there's a few we do work with. So it is knowing that if you've got a certain, no, I can't think of the word I'm meaning. If you've got a certain topic, what's needed in your organization, there's bound to be an expert we know who can help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing people don't realize is we're not just an online platform. We offer an end-to-end wellbeing solution. So everything from your culture check within your organization, right through to training and development of staff members, all the way through to the icing on the cake with things like the Key Wellbeing Hub and our workshop weeks and all the fun stuff that we do that you see at the top. But there's a lot of work that goes on behind that to develop really great workplace cultures.
Absolutely. And it is that whole structure. You can't just put a platform in and think it's going to solve everything. No, that's where you need to listen to your people and find out what they want and need. Or maybe you've got a platform in and it's not working and you don't know why or what else you need to do. Then that's when we can come in and help the different areas, can't we?
Yeah, I think we're seeing that a lot with businesses. I think throughout the pandemic, it was kind of a case of throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Like, let's roll out this yoga class. Let's roll out this mental health training. Let's just get people trained in mental health first aid. But it doesn't mean well-being's done.
No.
We need a strategy. We need to look at what the culture is. Is it easy for people to be well in the workplace? Because if it's not, that's where you would start rather than run a workshop about something.
Yeah, it is. And then over the last few years, the world has completely changed. So what worked before didn't work during and has changed again now. So it's, have you just put something in place 4 years ago and thought, oh, well, I've had something in place? You need to constantly be looking at it because people have completely changed. What people want from their lives has changed. What they want from their jobs has changed. So you don't want to be losing great people because they're not getting what they need from an organization. Fun.
I had fun as my first one.
Can we have fun? That's one of our values as well, isn't it?
Yeah, fun, because we decided that, we knew way before like everyone started making a big thing of it, like what you do Monday to Friday is so goddamn important for your overall happiness, for your overall well-being. Like, it's the majority of your week, so why not enjoy doing what you do? And so we're frequently saying if it doesn't feel good or if it's not a hell yeah, it's a no.
Yeah.
For us to do any kind of like project. And yeah, not all of business is fun, and yeah, you have to wade through boring stuff sometimes. There's things that have to be done, but you've got to make work fun. You've got to enjoy it.
That's it. It's so important. If you think of how many hours you spend at work, if you're not having a slight bit of fun there, then there's something needs to change.
Something wrong.
Yes.
The other thing that I had was authentic, and I think that might be like an overused term. But what I mean by that is that we're always ourselves. We're ourselves at networking meetings. We're ourselves right now. We are ourselves at work with our staff, with our partners, because it's the easiest and way to be in the way that feels good. Trying to pretend that you're something that you're not, or trying to fit into a mold of something you think that you should be, is quite frankly exhausting. Expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
We've had the pandemic, we've had all the working from home, we've had the shift in workplaces, we've had a change in employee demands and employer demands. Just everything's changed, hasn't it? We're just sort of, I suppose the only constant is change. So we're super excited about the focus that we have this year on developing some really great training offerings. We're working with some really exciting partners to create and deliver that. There'll be an announcement on that soon. Yeah. But that really is a focus for us at the moment. There's a lot of workplaces that are in need of upskilling and working through a process of change management to adapt to the new way of working that we're all stepping into. And so we're really going to be able to support from that perspective in a much more robust way. And I'm really excited about launching that this year.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be really exciting. And I think it'll be exciting to see the team continue to grow this year, and for me to be back on board a lot more once this one goes off to wherever she's going. learning to juggle. It's yeah, it's all good. But I think there's a lot of exciting things in the pipeline with Key Wellbeing this year. We've got to 3 years. It shows that we're strong, that we're
not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. We're just getting bigger and better. And I'm really proud of both of us, of what we've achieved. I think it could have been so easy in the beginning when, I mean, we launched a month before COVID happened. I think it would have been so easy to have just went, do you know what, it's not the right time, and just not continued. But we're not, we're very resilient, would be a good word to have used.
I think that we both were, to an extent, walking into the business, given the fact that we'd run businesses before, given our experience, and also just given our view on life, I suppose. It's like, you know, it's how you look at things, isn't it, as to whether it's a opportunity or a catastrophe. But having said that, I think that running a business will always show you who you are and always make you step up if you want to continue with it. So we've become even stronger as we've moved through the last 3 years. So yeah, I'm super proud of us too. It's been an interesting and fun journey that feels in many ways like it's just getting started.
It does. I just can't believe how fast them 3 years have gone. And I think that shows as well that we have enjoyed it over that time, that for the time to have gone so fast, we're having so much fun and hopefully helping a lot of people along the way. Yeah,
that makes it all worth it, really, doesn't it? I don't think I could do something now where it was just not impacting people in a positive way. Like I need to have meaning in what I'm doing.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we've both, that was our draw at the beginning, wasn't it? And it was our draw that kept us going when COVID started, was our want to help people. But it's nice to know that you can help people do great things and have a successful business from it.